I'm Margaret McAllister, and the name of my mortgage company is McAllister Mortgage Company, and I have about 10 employees. I am a mortgage broker, which means I have to get approved by several different banks, about 15 of them, where I can send my customers loans to, depending upon what they are looking for. Okay, this is the SWOT analysis, and I'm going to start with the strengths. The first strength is strong customer relationships. This leads to repetitive business, and it's very important to me to have these relationships be very strong. Another important piece is excellent customer service. I always felt when I worked for a bigger bank that I could provide very good customer service, better than what customers were getting at bigger banks or other places. Another one is extensive knowledge of multiple banks' computer mortgage systems. Since I am working with so many different banks, they all have their own website, their own processes, and how to submit and enter the loan through them. And because of that, we have a lot of knowledge of how to use the different systems. Okay, as far as weaknesses, the first would be the hardest is to find seasoned loan processors who can handle the stress of processing a loan. A lot of times you have to really multitask if you're a loan processor. You're juggling different loans that are in different stages, and sometimes near the end, when the loan's getting ready to close, everything piles up on you, like at the end of the month, which is a popular time to close, and it can be very hard for some people to handle. Another weakness is the high cost structure. Since I have hired more employees, I have moved into new office space that is bigger, therefore the rent is higher. I love the office space. The location is great, but I am seeing now I have too much space. So eventually I will probably downsize to smaller space and something that's a little bit cheaper after this rent is up. Also, I am providing insurance for my employees, and I'm paying for all of it. And that is a huge cost, so I'm going to have to address that to make some changes there. And another weakness is lacking a loyal, productive atmosphere. I think this goes back to doing loans, closing loans can be very stressful, especially at the last minute. And the processors are under stress, the loan officers, if something goes wrong, with their loan or the bank, then they are under stress, and sometimes that can get in the way of a loyal, productive atmosphere. As far as opportunities, referral sources, I get referrals from realtors where I've established relationships. I network a lot with a lot of different associations, like women associations, Chamber of Commerce events. I'm very involved in the community and Rotary Club, so it's a way for me to always be meeting different people and just being out there. Turn time is promised. I consistently stay on top of each loan, making sure and checking with the bank that it is in the stage where I am expecting it to be, and therefore I'm able to deliver and complete things on time. Another opportunity is the federal interest rates are low. Since they started going down in 2002, they have remained low because of the financial crisis. So this gives people an opportunity to refinance, and there are people buying houses now because that interest rate is so low. And there is less competition since the financial crisis. A lot of mortgage companies did not survive the financial crisis and had to close their doors. And as a result of that, that's where There are not as many mortgage companies out there. As far as the threats, the impact of changing bank regulations and underwriting requirements is hard to keep up with. They're constantly changing, and you just have to know what the regulations and requirements are in order to see whether you can get a loan approved, and you don't want that to happen at the last minute. So just staying up to date on those changes is crucial. Threats, other competing mortgage brokers. Since there is less business out there, there are more and there are less mortgage people. Whenever someone has a mortgage, I mean, everyone wants that mortgage. So that competition is a lot stronger. There's a decline in mortgages people are seeking after the financial crisis. They are harder to get approved, and they are requiring more money down. So that leads to the decline, not to mention the foreclosure, not to mention bankruptcy, losing jobs. It's very hard to get approved with that. And the last threat, loan officers have to keep their qualifications in order to stay licensed. And sometimes that can be challenging, but they have definitely changed. The Banking Commission has changed what those qualifications are since 2008, and they're a lot more stringent. So this is my SWOT analysis for McAllister Mortgage, and I appreciate you listening.